afternoon, sir. My name is Gurjit Singh, a student of BCA first year on behalf of United College of Education, affiliated to Guru Gobind Singh Indraprasth University, New Delhi. I cordially and respectfully welcome Mr. N.C. Gupta, who is an advocate at Supreme Court, High Court. We are grateful to him for gladly accepting our invitation to become the guest and to enlighten us with his great experiences. He is full-time legal practitioner in Supreme Court, High Court, National Commission, National Green Tribunal, and District Courts too at Ghaziabad and Delhi, dealing in criminal as well as civil matters, with specialization in service matters. He retired from a nationalized bank from a senior position in March 2011 after putting in about 39 years of service in divergent fields, including audit, finance, management, and HR. He has worked in he has worked in prime position management engineering colleges at Ghaziabad also, with involvement in almost every field including academics to some extent. And now he is associated with some charitable NGO rendering social service for long and wishes to stay so associated with social services as far as possible in the fall of life along with his profession. So welcome again, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Gurjit. Mr. Gurjit is a promising student of this United Group Institution. This is a proud moment for me to be here. Courtesy Dr. Minu Sahni and her team, Dr. Mona Gulati, she United Group Commissions. Dr. Minu Sahni was in talk with me for quite some time and wanted me to impart some knowledge of some law which is very close to the students and relevant to that. I am here with a law, Consumer Protection Act, which is very much close to them and it is relevant to them in day-to-day life. Every one of us is a consumer and we counter the fact and deficiency in services very off and on. And we need this law very closely. This act, Consumer Protection Act, was enacted in December 1986, passed by both the houses of parliament and court became a law. And after notification by central government of India, it came into effect. This act contains 31 sections and 4 chapters. It came into effect 15th April, came into effect on 1st July 1987. The question arises, why this act was needed? Was there not any law prevailing prior to this? Not like. There were so many laws existing prior to this law. But these laws, consumers, their grievances were not being addressed with fullest extent. There are various laws available, like Indian Penal Code 1860, Indian Contract 1872, Code of Civil Procedure 1908, Sales of Goods Act 1930, Insurance Act, Banking Regulation Act, Banking Acquisition Transfer and of Undertakings Act 1970, Monopolistic and Trade Restricted Trade Practices Act, Weight and Measurement Act, Prevention of Adulteration Act, and so many other acts were available. But these acts were not serving the purpose with which these were made. Consumer base increased after industrial revolution and development in industrial trade and purchase, pumping into system a large number of goods and services, and purchasing power of consumers was increased, number of consumers increased. Because products, goods and services increased in the system, the problems of the consumers also increased. The relation between consumer and seller, trader, businessman came to be changed drastically. The concept of caveat emptor means underwent a change from buyer beware to seller beware. Then it was needed. There must be a platform available to a consumer so that he does not run to various courts for redressal of the grievances. In second problem was in ordinary court, the procedure was very tedious, arduous. Work of filing any case was arduous. There were so many facilities. We could not file any case without the help of the advocate. Technicalities, time consuming was a lot. This decision in cases took several years, say 15 years, 20 years. Another problem was it was very costly. Heavy court fees was required. If you file a case of ₹2 lakh, you have to pay 7 to 15,000, and court advocates also. So it was very costly affair. It was thought it became expedient for the government to enact an act which provided the redressal of grievances at a platform, a single platform where all the consumers, all type of grievances can be redressed. That's why the Consumer Protection Act came into being. Now, question comes: who is the Act has provided definition of consumer under Section 2D. Who is the consumer? A person who buys the goods for consideration and has paid the cost of the product of the goods, or in part or partially, or under system of deferred payment. He is a consumer. Another category consumer is a person who uses the goods purchased by a person with his authority. But a person who buys a good for resale or for the purpose of commercial angle, he will not be covered under consumer. Provided there is a relaxation. If a person, for the purpose of earning his livelihood, as a self-employed person, purchases the goods, then he is a consumer. Suppose there is a grocer or a confectioner. He requires oven, heater, or refrigerator for the purpose of keeping samosa, patties, cold drinks in refrigerator. Then he is consumer. Another person is who has the services for consideration, paid in full or in part, or under system of deferred payment. He is a consumer. One thing is very important. It must be for consideration. If you are availing any services for free, then it will not be covered under this. Now, we call a person as a consumer. Who is that person? Person has been defined: individual or a firm registered or not, a cooperative society, or an organization made up of consumers. These are the persons. Who can file the complaint? Complaint can be filed by any consumer, by any person who is a consumer, or by a body whose members are the consumers. Third one, a person can file complaint on behalf of other persons also, provided they are having a common interest. Suppose some persons have booked flats in a housing society and the builder has not delivered possession of the flats within prescribed time, then a person can file a claim on behalf of other persons with their consent in consumer forum. This is called class action. And value of the product of the goods will be sum total of the flats of all the costs. Now, this is the definition of consumer who is a person who can file. Now, where to file? How to file? There are three-tier system. At a district level, at a state level, and a central level. At district level, there are district consumer dispute redressal forum. This is called district forum. Second forum, nominal fees has been prescribed up to 1 lakh rupees, up to 2 lakh, 200, 5 lakh, up to 5 lakh, 200, up to 10 lakh, 400, and above 10 lakh to 20 lakh is fine. This is the procedure of filing claim with district forum. When you file claim with district forum, the district forum will take cognizance of your claim and will issue a notice in case your claim is found suitable or your application is perfect in all respects. They will send a notice to the opposite party within 21 days, asking the opposite party to file his reply within 30 days. If complainant or opposite party does not appear on the fixed date, then district forum has an authority, as a prerogative, to either dismiss the claim or issue another notice. Generally, one more notice is also issued. Law provides the district forum has to finalize the case, decide the case within 3 months after filing. But that generally does not happen, given the rush of claims. Now, second tier is state commission. The state commission is also established by state government in state capital generally. Only those cases where value of the goods plus compensation exceeds rupees 20 lakh, those cases will be filed in state commission. And upper limit is 1 crore. Procedure for filing the claim is same as in district forum. Fees is a little higher than the fees prescribed for district forum. Here, fees up to 20 lakh is 2,000 and above is 4. In state commission, we can file appeal also. If we are agreed by the decision of district forum, we can file appeal with district forum, district commission. Oh, sorry. If agreed by the decision of district forum, we can file appeals in state commission. Now, state commission having two jurisdictions. One is direct jurisdiction, where we will file claim depending upon the value of the goods and plus compensation, and another jurisdiction is appellate jurisdiction. We have to file appeal from the decision of district. Then comes national commission. Jurisdiction of national commission comes when value of goods plus compensation exceeds rupees 1 crore. Exceed rupees 1 crore. Those cases are to be filed directly in national commission. Okay. Within how much time we have to file the claim? This is common for all the three forums. District forum, state commission, national commission. We can file claim within 2 years of cause of action. Now, cause of action word is very important word. How we calculate the cause of action has occurred on particular date. Cause of action may occur at the time of purchase of goods from the vendor, from the supplier. Cause of action may occur from the date the supplier delivers the goods at your doorstep. Or cause of action may occur from the date you have noticed the defect. Cause of action may occur from the date you bring to the notice of the supplier the kind of defect. So cause of action is important, and time is 2 years within which we have to file claim, either district forum or the state commission or national commission. Appeals have to file with the state commission from the decision of district forum within 30 days, and in national commission from the decision of state commission also within 30 days. So this is the procedure of filing claims with the consumer forum. District forum and state commission do not have powers for review of their orders. In case anybody does not appear before the district forum or state commission on the prescribed date, if case is decided ex parte in absentia of the opposed party, then they do not have power to review the case. But National Commission has powers to review its own orders. If a person wants to file claim, he has to prepare application simple form and annex the bills, letters written to the vendor, and fees also. How we have to pay the fees? Fees is to be paid through a demand draft drawn on nationalized bank and Indian postal order, any of them. It should be cross account paid. What are the services which are covered under Consumer Protection Act? There are so many services like insurance, banking, construction, education, health, medical, processing, manufacturing, purveying, and so many services are covered under Consumer Protection. So these are the basic features of the Consumer Protection Act as regards filing of cases. As regards constitution of the Consumer Forum, the district forum, let us discuss district forum first. There is a president. And who is the president? President is a person who is or has been district judge or is qualified to be a district judge. Besides president, there are members also. There are 2 members, one of whom is compulsorily a woman. Qualification of members is they are graduate, bachelor from recognized university. They are not less than the age of 35 years. They are persons of means in integrity and standing in the field of commerce, science, arts, any other prominent field where they have worked for 10 years. This is the constitution of district forum. Now, state commission. In state commission, there is a president, and president has to be either working or retired high court judge, and the state government would appoint him with the consultation of Chief Justice of High Court. And for appointment of president, चाहे district forum का है चाहे state commission का है, there has to be a committee, and president of state commission has to be chairman. Secretary will secretary level person of Consumer Affairs Ministry and secretary level person of Law Ministry. We did the committee for appointing the president. Now, members of the State Commission. This same qualification is there as in case of district forum. They have to be bachelor of from any recognized university, not less than the age of 35 years, and they are having experience of 10 years in the field of science, art, commerce, law, etc. Okay. Then National Commission. National Commission is to be established by central government, and president is or who is or has been judge of Supreme Court. His appointment will be done by central government with consultation of Chief Justice of India, Chief Justice of Supreme Court. And members not less than 4 and not maximum, not more than 11. And National Commission has several benches also, depending on the number of cases the National Commission has. In Delhi, there are 6 benches. The State Commission also having different benches to deal with the cases. In Delhi, there are 3 benches. Members of Supreme Court have the same qualification as for District Forum or the State Commission. This is the operational part of this Consumer Forum Act. As regards their salaries, District Forum and State Commission, the employees are from the state government. They are being paid salary as the state government is paying to the employees. And in National Commission, they are being paid by the central government from Consolidated Fund of India. And their salary is at par at the as the judge of Supreme Court minus their pension. Either they will get the honorarium or salary minus pension. This is all about this Consumer Forum Act, this Consumer Protection Act, and I think for the students for this level, this information is quite sufficient to understand it. Otherwise, there are so many things academic. And thank you very much. I wish you stay home, stay safe, and go out of the houses only when there is dire necessity, because coronavirus is very deadly on that. Thank you. Thank you very much.
So at last, I would like to thank you, sir, for attending this session and to motivate us. And a special thanks to Ms. Mona Gulati, CEO of United College of Institutions. Thank you, sir.